kid of the 90s was like the golden era where there were little to no concerns about health and overall lifestyle. We just had it so good. House prices were cheap, women actually valued intelligent men, Apple was close to non-existent. Wait, what? Disregard I said that, please Apple, I'm trying to get a sponsorship. I mean, Windows XP just ran the world at the time. I remember the first phone I ever had was like a Samsung flip phone. And I'm not talking about the new generation Z Flip phone. I'm talking about chunky, oversized, 8-bit screen quality phones that look like they were programmed by a potato. For all the young people watching this video, I'm gonna take you on a trip to the past and revisit some of the best memories I had of growing up as a kid in the 90s. Even though I was born in 1998, which technically means I'm part of Gen Z, I grew up in London, England, which is highly conservative, which means I lived through a lot of similar experiences to those of millennials and Gen X. Without any further ado, let's get into the things only 90s kids will remember. Tamagotchis. These were like the golden presents of the 90s. I used to love Tamagotchis, and I'm pretty sure mine loved me, up until I stopped feeding it and it died. That happened like 3 times. Tamagotchis were like the future generational virtual experience for those people whose parents wouldn't allow them to have a pet. They essentially simulated an internet pet and the experience of taking care of it. My Tamagotchi just never grew up for some reason. I either didn't feed the freak or I was too busy with school to entertain it. Back then, schools were so strict with technology usage and cell phone policies. They would go as far as conducting locker searches for anybody who had a cell phone and would kick them out of school for possessing one. One time I'm pretty sure my sister got caught for having a cell phone and I'm like, fam, chill, it's not a gun. I guess people weren't as crazy back then as they are now, so there was no real need to have a cell phone. If there was an emergency, you could actually trust the system to take care of you, unlike now. Most of what's caused the spark of insanity has to do with the evolution of technology. But before we get into any technology innovation, I would like to introduce my people to my favorite part of the 90s. MSN, aka Windows Live Messenger. This was like the golden era of online messaging. I mean, I'd be chatting with people who claimed to be 12 and they'd be like 32 or something. Dang. MSN would be the perfect opportunity to get the girl of your dreams because back then, Tinder just didn't exist. How it would work for me was you would go to a girl's friend, you would ask the girl's friend for their MSN, and then you would video chat together while jamming to some 90s soul music in the background. Although there were some controversial problems on the platform, such as people talking to strangers, and these strangers would claim to be women or trying to bait young men into giving them their personal information, such as their home address. I remember the time my dad caught me talking to somebody who posed as a girl. She was writing me messages like, I love you and all that. I genuinely thought I was in there. I got banned from the internet for like 6 months. Real dangerous game, people. Back in the 90s, there were prizes in cereal boxes, and this was the best part about consuming cereal. There were always toys that you would keep a collection of and show off to your friends. It was just an awesome experience in general. One time I nearly swallowed a toy after I poured it into my cereal box because I was so eager to finish the cereal just to get the prize. I was chewing like a monster and then I just gnashed on the toy. And I'm pretty sure I broke a tooth. And I was like, what the hell? Back in the 90s, TV was in its prime. I'm certain we all know the lyrics to the Fresh Prince theme song. Or how about Cartoon Network? There were some pretty cool shows on there. Let's not forget about Nickelodeon or Jetix, which came to evolve lately after these late 90s programs. Those are also some honorable mentions. My favorite show by far was Sonic Underground. This was when Sonic was in its prime and actually sounded like Sonic. I'm talking about the classic Sonic. And this is the Sonic that we all know. Now his voice is kind of annoying and squeaky, I mean, I don't even bother. Oh, the good times. Let's not forget about the good music of the 90s era. R&B and hip-hop were in their prime, and that type of music would actually touch your soul because that's what music is supposed to do. Now when you listen to a song, it's about money, drugs, shaking butts. It's not even music at this point, it's blasphemy. I would give some honorable mentions, but a lot of the 90s artists sold out to new culture music, which nowadays just sounds really repetitive and annoying. But those were some of my favorite moments of the 90s. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed this nostalgia trip back to those times which were so good. Let me know what you thought about the 90s in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.